we need to pick up this key that Lord Krishna gave to Arjun 5,000 years ago. And what was the key? Abhyas, practice. Practice, practice, practice. There is this great swimmer, USA, who won so many golds. What's his name? Michael Phelps, right. I just read about him recently. You know, he had an abnormality as a child, and he was diagnosed as having a deficiency syndrome. So he had this ADHD, and his teacher said he will not amount to much. But what he did was that he was introduced to swimming, and he started practicing 6 hours every day. Now, the weekends, there was no practice. So he said, let me add Saturdays to it, because that means 52 into 6 more hours in the year. And then he said, why not practice on Sundays as well? Because that will add again 52 into 6 more hours for the year. And that's the kind of commitment to practice that he had. And what was the consequence? He became the most felicitated Olympian in all history. 22 gold medals, right? So now people can say, oh, you know, that's the way God made him. I can never be like him. I don't know what is the secret of his success. Well, what was the secret? It was all the practice that he did. Now, really, we are not interested in becoming Olympians out here, but we are interested in mastering our own mind. Because the scriptures and the saints tell us repeatedly, Shankaracharya said, Jagat jitam kena manohiyena. Who shall conquer the world? That person who has conquered his or own mind shall influence the world. So, if we wish to succeed as human beings, we need to learn and master the art of mind management. And how will we do it? Will we be born with it? Or will we blame, oh, you know, I was not born with it, that guy was born with it? No. You pick up one gem of knowledge and practice it again and again and again. The more you practice, the better you will become at it. So, how much of practice are you doing on a daily basis? How much time do you take out for your spiritual practice? You don't have to answer me, you answer yourself. Now you want to go faster? What do you have to do? Practice a little more. If you've been putting in 30 minutes every day, bring it up to 45. If you've been putting in 1 hour every day, bring it to 1.5. It's a simple formula for spiritual success. Increase your practice. All right? And one practice that's very important, from my lifetime experience of teaching people and guiding them in this path, what is that? It is a regular participation in satsang. I have seen it again and again, because every week I'm addressing a group of people for 1 week, and then keeping a track to what extent they succeeded. And I find those people who started coming to satsang, within the space of 1 year, their whole life changed. It may seem like a little bit, just coming for satsang 2 hours a week. But it was a commitment, a starting point. You build on one discipline, you add another discipline, you add another discipline. Nobody suddenly jumps from being a sinner to a saint. Everybody moves ahead 1 step at a time. And that 1 step they took, they made a commitment, I will come to satsang regularly, made this big transformation. So if you wish to implement, I would strongly urge you to consider to make a commitment. We have the Sunday satsang here in place, right? Why? For the sake of Radha Krishna? for your sake. Make that commitment. I will do it for my sake. And then see in 1 year the transformation that takes place. And you can validate or invalidate Swamiji's statement. Right? The proof of the pudding is in the eating. You try it out and see if you get the results. It's scientifically validated by the experiment. If you don't get the results, the hypothesis is rejected. So my hypothesis that I'm presenting to you is that if you just make this commitment, every Sunday I'll come for satsang, in 1 year you will find your life has been transformed. And I'm not just taking it out of a hat. It's a result of 34 years now of preaching and guiding people all around the world. So try it out. These disciplines, these commitments will bridge that gap between knowing and implementation. So if you are fortunate enough to have the thirst of sincerely trying to become a better person, then the implementation, the discipline required, I am presenting the first sutra to you. Make a commitment and keep it. And then see, you will keep on taking further steps. And before you know it, you will have left that past behind such a long way that you will realize how exciting this world and life is as a gift of God, as an opportunity to do our best, to be our best, and become the best person that we can be.